We're going to go over how to use the Maddie's Pet Assistant. The Maddie's Pet Assistant is a fantastic app for all foster parents. We use it so you can put in your weights each day and kind of see a little bit about your animal and see if their bios and photos have been updated. So it is only an app. It is not available on the desktop. So the app looks like this little dog and cat. It's the second row from the top on the far left-hand side. Download that app to your phone. And if I click on that, I come to the home screen here. Now, mind you, you do not want to log into your Maddie's Pet Assistant app until you have received the email, which comes the day after or the early morning hours after you take in your first foster animal. None of this will be populated until then. You'll receive an email that welcomes you as a foster parent to the team, and you'll click on that email link. It's probably best just to download the app from that link as well. And that way it'll take you through all the steps and it will auto-populate the animals that are in your care. From here, you have options like how's your pet, pet profile, and my favorites. How's your pet is going to be the questions that kind of ask you first day, first week, 3 days later, how your animal is doing. And if you click on those, it's going to kind of be a survey. And that survey is going to give you feedback based on your responses. And it'll let you know whether it's something that needs to be triggered or not to let your foster mentor know. But otherwise, it's just good feedback for you to have on hand so you know what to do on your own. It kind of arms you with the tools, the resources that you need. So back to that home page there. Of course, in the top right-hand corner is your notifications. Just like anything else, it's a little bell up there to notify you. It lets you know whenever your vaccinations are coming due, your surveys are coming due. These are things that you do want to pay attention to because your foster distemper that's put in, your foster check-in is your ferret distemper, I apologize, that is put in that you'll need to check out to know when your next check-in dates are due. So here you can also, from your phone, you can turn on your push notifications for your app. So make sure you go through your settings on your phone to do that. So it does show up in the top of your screen whenever there are notifications as well. The most important part here is your pet profile. Click on pet profile. And here you have the animal that is currently in your care. And it has a little bit of the information about that animal. Now, mind you, it doesn't always keep completely up to date. They only import the data every so often. So the best place to look for the most up-to-date data is going to be on our website. So here you're going to see a little bit of information for your animal here. So there's your photo, which you can, of course, click on it and you can add photos, but nobody can see those except for you in your application. They don't go anywhere. And a little bit of information scrolling down, your bio and such, all in here. Your weight tracker, bottom left hand, you'll click on weight tracker, and this is where you're going to put in your daily weights for your animal. So here you'll see the times and the dates and plus or minus with the changes. And at the bottom here, you can click on add weight. You're going to select your date and time and then pounds and ounces. Remember to translate if you weigh in kilograms, translate it to pounds and ounces. If you weigh in pounds, make sure you translate it to pounds and ounces. And then you're going to put in your pounds and your ounces here, and then you're going to click save. And then you can also show the graph here to see whether your animal's been steadily going up, if they have a slight decrease, you know, whether it's actually a concern or not. If there's a steady decrease in weight, then obviously it's a concern. If it's a day off, like my kitten just had her first vaccine, so it was kind of expected. She didn't eat really as much, and so she had a little bit of a dip. Really not a concern whatsoever. So then we can go back to pet history. If you click on pet history, it just doesn't really give you a lot of details in here. It's not really an app that they jumped on board with to do a whole lot with, so don't worry about that. But your vaccination tab down there at the bottom, you never want to add a vaccination, but you will use this to look at your ferret distemper because you know whenever that check-in is due. And if you click on that, it'll show you, you know, it's just ferret distemper. You don't want to add anything to it. It'll update whenever your animal gets their vaccination done. And if any of this information is ever incorrect, please don't mind it. It probably just hasn't updated yet. Ferret distemper is the most important thing because that'll tell you whenever your check-in needs to be scheduled. Then I'm going to go back to the home screen. If you click on My Favorites, this is where you're going to have a bunch of those links that are also available on the Google Drive for you in your foster parent handbook. So any of these you can click on, so your favorites won't be available unless an animal is actually currently in your care. Sure that this is connected to the same email address that you used to sign up as a foster parent for our organization in the very beginning. And if you have any questions, please ask your foster mentor or your coordinator, and they'll be happy to assist you any way you need.